Welcome back to another episode of G&G News. Today we're going to be opening up a 007 Vehicles and Gadgets Top Trumps Limited Edition Q Branch set. So, let's open this one up. I had to pay £10 for this online. Key difference that you might notice with these ones compared to the regular ones. So, obviously slightly bigger box, different looking case. They've changed over the years as well as just a flimsy little back instead of hard plastic back. But anyways, let's open this up. So it says here, the world of top trumps. Whatever you're into, so are we. So these are the different sets that you can collect. Regular ones are called classic packs. Special packs are next. Then there's quiz, or there's the Alexa version. Juniors, obviously that's self-explanatory. Limited edition and match. And match is the game sets where you can actually get like these top trump games that they do for all different franchises. Anyways, let's open these up. Advert for the Alexa game. Any more adverts? How to play the card. Okay, what does this say? Since 1962, James Bond has been thrilling audiences across the world as his assignments take him to glamorous and gritty locations to batter villains of all kinds, from wealthy megalomaniacs to twisted individuals with vendettas. James Bond has seen it all, but he could not complete his assignments without his allies, and Q Branch provided Bond with technology to help him in his missions since he began saving the world all those years ago. From watches with invaluable extras to single pilot flight vehicles and small but powerful explosives, Q Branch are behind 007's every step along the way. Top Trumps has been a family favourite for over 40 years, a pocket guide to 1,000 topics. The limited edition 007 Q Branch features 30 of James Bond's first pieces of equipment issued by the Quartermaster, combining classic Top Trumps gameplay with evocative moments from James Bond's assignments. Discover our take on the Lotus submarine destructor capability, the Parker Pen's disguise, and the Smart Blood technology. Battle it out, use your knowledge of the James Bond films, and enjoy this limited edition pack. That's quite a heartfelt little message. And there's an advert for another limited edition James Bond set. And also they have the James Bond Cluedo and Monopoly. Starting this off, the first card is Dr. No. Well, that's where the set is from. It's Geiger Counter. Issued in 1942, size 3, destruction 10, disguise 3, technology 30, top trumps rating 14. Suspecting that the mineral samples collected by John Strangeway and Quarrel are radioactive, 007 requests that he is sent a Geiger counter from London. When he uses the device to measure the samples, the trail leads him to a crab key where he comes face to face with a mysterious dragon and a formidable beachcomber attach case, I believe, from Russia with Love. I like the fact that it actually tells you from which film these are actually from. Issued 1963, size 5, destruction 10, disguise 10, technology 26, top trumps rating 23. 007 is issued with a attached case by Q Branch before his mission to Istanbul, an unassumable looking object. The case usually contains a sniper rifle, gold coin, a knife, and a gas bomb. The case is designed to help him on any mission, but vital to defeat of Red Grant on the Orient Express. Goldfinger next. Now this is the Top Trumps card. Issued in 1964. Size 11. Destruction 100. Disguise 9. Technology 50. Top Trumps rating is 45. 007 uses the homing beacon that the Aston Martin DB5 is equipped with to follow Goldfinger through the Switzerland. But the car has many modifications, from bulletproof glass to tire slashers, oil slick and smokescreen dispensers, hidden machine guns, and of course an invaluable ejector seat. Thunderball up next, jetpack, issued in 1965, size 8, destruction 10, disguise 2, technology 50, top jumps rating of 23. After tracking a disguised Spectre agent to his chateau and defeating him, James Bond realizes that he is trapped with no way out. He utilizes a low propulsion jetpack to get over the rampart and safely down to his Aston Martin, which has been equipped with water cannons, and makes a narrow escape. Then we have You Only Die Twice. Little Nelly, 1967, size 9, destruction 80, disguise 8, technology 42, top jumps rating of 38. When Tiger Tanaka is asked to send for Little Nelly and her father, he has no idea what 007 is requesting. When 4 large cases arrive under the supervision of Q, he is even more baffled. Q and Bond assemble Little Nelly, a one-man fully armed auto gyro, and Bond uses her to search the missing US and Russian spacecrafts. Then we have Diamonds Are Forever. Wave Walker, issued 1971. Size 5, destruction 10, disguise 3, technology 30, top jumps rating of 15. 007 has to reach Blofield's remote oil rig and uses a one-man Wave Walker device, parachuted, and the ocean to reach the base of operations. Blofield himself escapes the oil rig under attacks from Felix Leiter and CIA helicopters in a one-man underwater submarine. Aston Martin DB5 up next from Her Majesty's Secret Service. On Her Majesty's Secret Service, should I say. Top jumps rating of 21, technology of 34, disguise of 2, destruction of 20, size of 11, issued in 1969. After his marriage to Tracy Vincio in Portugal, 007 and Mrs. Bond drive away in his Aston Martin DB5, stopping by the roadside to prepare for a long journey. A tragedy befalls Bond, which even the DB5's arsenal of gadgets cannot prevent. Then we have Live and Let Die, one of my favourite James Bond films. The Hang Glider, issued in 1973, size 6, destruction 10, disguise 1, technology 22, top jumps rating of 11. Sometimes 007 does not need a high-tech vehicle, an innovative gadget, and a traditional mode of transport will get him where he needs to be. Bond hang glides into Dr. Kanango's facility on San Monaco. Although he is soon discovered and has to make a daring getaway from both man and beast. Live and Let Die once again. Gastron Speedboat, issued in 1973, size 9, destruction 10, disguise 8, technology 14, top jumps rating of 20. When 007 destroys Dr. Kangaroo's factory on San Monaco, the only way to escape is across the bayou in a boat. Pursued by his men, 007 pushes the boat to its limit, skidding across the lawns and even evading gunfire, but it is Bond's 120-foot leap across a highway that makes the speedboat a legendary. Man with the Golden Gun, issued in 1974, size 3, destruction 40, disguise 10, technology 18, top jumps rating of 23. When a golden gun bullet inscribed with 007 arrives at MI6 headquarters, Bond is revealed as his current mission is to order to protect him from would-be assassin Francesco Scaramanga, the man with the golden gun. Scaramanga's weapon can be disassembled into a lighter case, cufflinks and pen, and it's his own hand kills with just one shot. That gun is iconic. GoldenEye, love this game. Piston laser gun, issued in 1995, size 2, destruction 30, disguise 3, technology 38, top jumps rating of 18. In a thrilling mission, 007 bungee jumps from the top of a dam in the Soviet Union to infiltrate the Archangel chemical weapons facility. Reaching the end of his descent, Bond pulls out a special gun that fires a grappling hook into the floor, preventing him from bouncing back. The device also has a laser mounted atop its body, which allows 007 to cut through the exterior of the facility and make a memorable entrance. Then we have The Spy Who Loved Me, Lotus E-Spirit. Issued in 1997, the size 11, destruction 80, disguise 10, technology 50, top trans rating of 44. James Bond's Lotus E-Spirit provides and proves to be full of surprises. When under attack from a Stromberg helicopter, it disappears into the sea and turns into a submarine. Major Amasova is also full of surprises when it transpires that she is as familiar with the vehicle as James Bond knows all of the defense mechanisms. The Spy Who Loved Me, the ski pole gun, issued in 1997, size 3, destruction 40, disguise 10, technology 18, top trans rating of 23. When 007 is called back to London from Austria by M, he leaves his cabin on skis but has been betrayed and is chased by 4 enemies agents across the snow. Bond manages to defend himself and defeats the leader using a rocket gun secretly put into a ski pole. When he faces a sheer cliff drop, he falls into the canyon below, but nobody does it better than James Bond. Moonraker, the wrist dart gun, issued in 1979, size 2, destruction 40, disguise 9, technology of 26, top trans rating of 23. The Q-branched issued wrist dart gun saves James Bond twice when investigating the villainous Hugo Drax. Bond uses the dart gun to disable the centrifuge trainer that is exposing him to unsurvivable levels of G-force, and then in Drax's space station, Bond poisons him with a dart before sending him into the depths of his beloved outer space. For Your Eyes Only, Plaster Cast, issued in 1981, size 3, destruction 20, disguise 10, technology of 18, top trans rating of 20. Bond visits Q Branch, always heralds unusual technology with devastating effects, from weaponized stereos to sofas that you can dare not sit on and deadly tea trays. When 007 visits Q Branch to use the indentograph to identify Belgium assassin Emile Lacoste, he sees a prototype spring-loaded plaster cast in action. And that's from For Your Eyes Only. Next we have Octopussy, issued in 1983. We have the Acrostar jet, the size 11, destruction 20, disguise 5, technology 42, top trans rating of 28. Disguise is a colonial Toro. 007 finds himself captured inside a Latin American airbase, unable to escape his pursuers in a Range Rover. Instead, Bond climbs into the horse box attached to the car and emerges in the world's smallest jet, the Acrostar BD-5J. He flies over his captor's head and then gives chase, but Bond maneuvers the microjet through a hangar to his freedom. Then we have A View to a Kill, Snooper Dog, issued in 1985, size 3, destruction 10, disguise 2, technology 38, top trans rating of 15. Q Branch are always developing new technologies, and Snooper is a surveillance device designed to infiltrate areas inaccessible to agents. Remote controlled with cameras for eyes, audio recording functions, Snooper can transmit data back to MI6 such as James Bond and Stacey Sutton's whereabouts. Then we have the Living Daylight, winterized Aston Martin V8, issued in 1987, size 11, destruction 70, disguise 9, technology 46, top trans rating of 40. Bond's Aston Martin V8 is equipped with bulletproof glass, lasers in the hubcaps, Stinger missiles, outer rig tires for icy conditions, and a rocket booster to help it make impossible leaps. Bond uses it to escape Bratislava and Kara Milovi but when it gets stuck in a snow ditch, he is forced to use the self-destruction function. I ain't gonna lie, this is making me want to watch all the old school Bond films. The Living Daylight up next. The Keychain, issued in 1987, size 2, destruction 30, technology of 30, disguise of 8, top trans rating of 21. The Keychain Q issues to James Bond, aka 007, is equipped with a stun gas and an explosive device and can pick up 90% of the world's locks. Because it is unassuming and subtle, Bond uses it to escape imprisonment and to help defeat Brad Whitaker, using its functions that are triggered by different kinds of whistles. I wonder why I can only break through 90% of the world's locks. What is that last 10%? Why are they so strong? Next up, we have License to Kill, detonate explosives, issued in 1989, size 2, destruction of 100, disguise of 10, technology of 30, top trans rating of 33. Wow. You guys probably heard that. 007 faces one of his toughest challenges when he seeks to avenge the attack of Felix and Delilah Leiter. Along having surrendered his license to kill, Bond finds himself part of a criminal underworld when one of his oldest allies, Q, takes a great personal risk to help him. Q supplies 007 with technology including detonate plastic explosives disguised as toothpaste. I love all the gadgets, they're so inventive. Who would have thought of explosive toothpaste? GoldenEye, the Parker pen, issued in 1995, size 2, destruction of 100, which is the highest we've seen so far. Disguise of 10, technology of 34, top trans rating of 34. Also, this was a fantastic game on the PlayStation and obviously on the Nintendo 64. Q Branch, issue James Bond with a pen that conceals a glass 4 grenade with a 4-second fuse. Armed with 3 clicks, disarmed by a further 3. When Boris Crescendo gets hold of the pen in a Cuban base, Bond patiently watches the clicks until he can take advantage of the situation. Tomorrow Never Dies, Sony Ericsson phone, 1997, size 3, destruction 50, disguise 9, technology of 50, top trans rating of 33. A hotel car park in Hamburg provides the perfect opportunity for Bond to test his BMW when Carver's men try to break into it. With an unparalleled security system including impenetrable glass and door handles that deliver electric shocks, the BMW has weapons and gadgets galore, but the ability to control it remotely from a Sony Ericsson phone, which Bond does while crouching in the rear seat, that allows 007 to escape. I remember that scene, and Sony Ericsson and Sony's sponsored James Bond for years after then. I remember seeing up until even some of the recent James Bond films, Sony Ericsson phones used continuously. They use the Sony Ericsson, the Sony laptops as well, several Sony products. Next up we have Tomorrow Never Dies, the BMW R2 2100 or 2100C bike, issued in 1997, size 11, destruction 10, disguise 1, technology of 30, top trans rating of 18. In Saigon, evading Elliot Carver's men, James Bond finds himself handcuffed to Wai Lin, trying to ride a BMW motorbike. 007 provides and proves that he does not need gadgets and weapons to make an escape, as he drives the bike around the streets and markets, being pursued by Range Rovers, rifles and helicopters. Ever indigenous, Bond and Wailing slide their bike under the helicopter and tangle its rotor with a washing line with a washing line. That's crazy. So we have the Q-Boat from The World Is Not Enough, issued in 1999, size 9, destruction 60, disguise 6, technology of 42, top trans rating of 33. After an explosion in MI6, Bond gives chase in a Sunseeker boat with a mysterious girl aboard in the Q-Boat, taken from the Q Branch lab. The boat has an array of weaponry and functions, including missiles and the ability to dive. Bond follows the Sunseeker down the Thames, making every attack with a breathtaking maneuver until he finally loses her to a hot air balloon above London Millennium Dome. That was an iconic scene. Aston Martin Vanquish, Die Another Day. Soundtrack by Madonna. Issued in 2002, size 11, destruction of 60, disguise of 10, technology of 51, top tropes rating of 41. I actually seen this in the cinema with my pops. Shout out to my pops. And in the background, this is London Underground. In an abandoned London Underground station, 007 is issued with an Aston Martin equipped with many standard weapons and defences, which Bond uses indigenously in a chase against Gustav Graves' Ice Palace. But the Vanquish unfortunately features its hundreds of tiny cameras that reflect what they see on a polymer skin, rendering the car almost invisible. Very iconic scene as well. Casino Royale up next. Aston Martin DBS, issued in 2006, size 11, destruction of 50, disguise of 5, technology of 46, top tropes rating of 33. The Aston Martin DBS that 007 drives in Montenegro may not have the gadgets and weaponry that some other vehicles, but it truly saves his life when the anti-poison pen and defibrillator counter the effects of a substance Valenka has administered. Lichev tries to use the DBS to destroy Vesper Lind, but Bond's mastery of the wheel is unparalleled and she survives. The Douglas DC-3 from Quantum Solace, issued in 2008, the size 15, destruction 10, disguise 1, technology 18, top tropes rating of 18. James Bond and Camilla Montez survive the area that Dominic Green intends to acquisition from Douglas DC-3 aeroplane. When they are attacked by the other aircraft, 007 and his ally are forced to parachute from the aircraft and land in a sinkhole. The landing leads to a discovery that reveals Green's interest in not the oil, but Bolivia's water supply. Skyfall up next. Walther PPK. 2011, 5 is its size, destruction 80, disguise 3, technology 26, top tropes rating of 23. 007 is issued with 2 pieces of equipment: Q in the National Gallery for his mission in Shanghai, a thumb-size radio transmitter so that MI6 know his location, and a familiar looking pistol with a special modification, meaning that it will only respond to Bond's own handprint. Spectre up next. Smart Blur 2015, size 2, destruction 10, disguise 10, technology 50, top tropes rating of 28. Amid a power struggle between Mallory and C, Bond gets more and more defiant and determined to investigate the Quantum Organization and seeks the Pale King. MI6 inject him with a series of nano particles designed by Q that send a GPS signal from Bond's body, allowing MI6 to locate him at any time. And the last card for today is No Time to Die, which came out in 2021. I actually seen this one in the cinema as well. This was issued, obviously, 2021. Size 2, technology 50, top tropes rating of 30, disguise 10, and destruction of 30. And the top tropes fact file for this one is Bond uses his wit, gadgets, Laden DBS-5, and physical prowess to combat villain Safin and his henchmen. Before Bond has a familiar confrontation with Safin, Q equips him with a new addition to his watch. It now includes the ability to emit a powerful electromagnetic pulse. So, you let me know which one was your favourite. Do you think that this was worth it? I think there were some very cool cards in there. Gave me a lot of memories, a lot of flashbacks to some older films. I'm definitely going to have to go and watch some of the older James Bond films now, I'm not going to lie. But thank you all for watching another episode of G&G News. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications if you haven't done already. If you're new here, leave a like on the video. And I'll see you in the next one.